Contrary on vertery. The planet's climate can be changed as a superweapon. An oceanic microorganism that produces what are known as biopolymers that float as well as absorb lots of ultraviolet as well as infrared light could spread throughout the ocean, creating little blobs of floating plastic, which would absorb lots of IR light, which would cause the greenhouse effect to tremendously increase, thus heating the Earth's atmosphere, causing more and more water to evaporate, increasing the greenhouse effect even more, eventually boiling the oceans, which these microorganisms could live through because the archaebacteria can live at boiling water temperatures. Thus, they can continue to produce the floating plastic biopolymer that causes the absorption of infrared light. Any person in any country who feels that they need a reserve weapon to keep others from troubling them could genetically engineer this organism and then suggest that it would be publicly released if they did not get their way, which would mean that people would cease to trouble them. Unless, of course, they simply release the organism. Releasing the organism, boiling the seas, is likely to kill every mammal on the planet. Now, there's a more efficient way, and that's to have the biopolymers be spongy and float above the surface of the water, because that means they actively draw moisture from the oceans to the air, which causes the air to have even higher humidity much more rapidly with a much smaller surface area of biopolymer. It could be perhaps 10, 100, or even 1,000 times more effective at transporting water to the atmosphere. And that would cause dramatic climate change, large climate change. Large climate change like big hurricanes and tornadoes that destroy most coastal cities, making them non-inhabitable, destroying the fundamental basis of agriculture, destroying the fundamental basis of all forms of political science, destroying the social order that the person finds objectionable, with only a tenth to 100th the actual amount of active biological organisms at the ocean. These ideas were created specifically because what I perceive to be a combination of the Sicilian mafia, Italians, organized crime, and the U.S. government have bothered me. And I suggested to them that peace with transparent communication was better than what I perceived as studied psychological harm. When all the people are dead, there's a lack of people for the mafia to parasitize.